Hey YouTube, it's Friday. So that means mail day pickups, or mail week pickups, I should say. First one, really, the last one was kind of the first one of 2021, but this is the first like full week of mail for 2021. To begin with, I'll put a card up right now just as I go through the first couple of housekeeping items. So this first one is going to be a 2000-2001. It's a signature series, be a player signature series, and this is the Sapphire, the blue parallel, coming out of that one. It's actually a nice deep blue. It's a nice looking card. So these ones are numbered to 100, and that's kind of the way the Be a Player like to do their numbering at that time. So we're going to put that here just to get us going here. So a couple of housekeeping items, like I mentioned, is that this week I took a little bit easier in regular videos. I do have a couple of ideas for some videos I do want to record. So the plan is to try to probably get that recorded this weekend. I will be doing a live stream on Sunday, I will mention as well. I'm trying to finalize some of the details on that. It may just be myself, or it may be, I may invite one or two people to come on. It'll be the usual thing though. It'll be kind of open Q&A, and then at a certain point I'll put the link on the screen there for people if they want to join in. What I might do this time around as well is I might just put a link, I might just put the link in the description ahead of time in case people want to see it there. Otherwise, it'll be on the screen. Kind of similar to the way I've done it the last couple of them. The last couple of live streams have been really good. The last one seems to be pretty well received, and I was very glad that it came out well. And we'll make some plans as we go forward, and I'll let you know, as usual, the best way to find out kind of ahead of time what I'm up to in that regard is to check out the Instagram, and I'll have that on the screen for you here. And I'll try to start adding that into a description of every video, including this one. Anyway, the other key piece that I'll mention as well is that the mail towards the end of the week. So it started off very well with mail in the beginning of the week. I think carryover from New Year's and from stuff from the end of last year. And then I think the last couple of days, so Thursday and Friday, there was nothing there, which is okay. That means that probably we'll have some carryover, so next week should be pretty good. And considering the stuff that I was able to get this time around, I'm not complaining, because that means it'll leave us something for next week. And then I did get notice that the ComC order that I ordered is shipping, and hopefully when that comes in, we'll be able to do a couple of videos out of that. It'll be separate from the regular mail videos. I'll be doing that as probably a 2 or a 3, even 3-parter, because it's 350 cards, so doing it in one video might be a bit much. Anyway, so that gets you up to date on where we are, and now let's do the rest of the pickup video here. This next one here is 2000-2001 Aurora. This is the Championship Fever, and this is the silver parallel. So these are actually surprisingly tough despite the numbering. So this one's numbered to 221. Pretty nice design-wise. So Championship Fever. And I'm using the three stands right now because it'll make it a little easier with this mail day. There's actually some decent quantity in this one, all things considered. This next one here is a 2002-2003 Vanguard jersey, and this is the gold version. This is numbered to 50, so you can see that there. Pretty plain jersey, but kind of straightforward, but it is a more limited version with the parallel. So there we go. So I'll grab this guy off the screen here. Next couple here that I'm going to show you are both parallels of the same jersey cards. So first we'll do the base one. This is 2016-2017 Heroes and Prospects. So this is the Heroes and Prospects jersey card, Heroes memorabilia, base version first. So I needed one of those. For those of you who are a little bit more astute or familiar, I do have the one-of-one version of this, so I'm starting to slowly chip away at that rainbow. And included in that is this one. So this is the kind of the green or the emerald version. Same card. This one is numbered to 10. There's the green version of that. So starting to fill in some of those cards in between. There you go, that looks pretty good. Going on to this next one here. So what I'll do actually is I'll shift the emerald one just over, and then I'll show you this next one here. This next one is from Ice, and it's going to be 2005-2006 Upper Deck Ice. This is the Signature Swatches. So nice autograph card. Obviously you got the see-through piece here. The other thing I like is that I don't like when they do the autograph on the piece of jersey directly, but in this case they do it on kind of the plastic on top, so it creates this nice little effect where it's lifted off of the card and leads to a much cleaner autograph. And these are short printed for this year for Modano. So that's a nice short printed card. Pretty clean design. Still not a fan of this jersey, but what are you going to do? So you can see we're slowly working our way up to some nicer and nicer cards here. So you'll start to see a little bit of the heavy hitters now coming up. So first, to start off with, this one isn't technically one of the heavy hitters, but it sort of is. This is from 2014-2015, so in the game memorabilia. So this is the magenta plate from the Hallbound jersey. This is a magenta. Not a lot of detail on the magenta plate there, but it is a 1 of 1. So I think this is my first like regular plate that isn't already autographed as well. So kind of another little subsection of the collection covered there, but there's a 1 of 1. So we got a 1 of 1 coming into the video here. So there you go. Next on this one here, now we're getting some fun stuff here as well. So the 1 of 1 was a nice one, but how about 2009, 2010, the Cup? And how about a dual signature patches? So we got Patrick Kane and Modano. 2 nice clean autographs and blue pen. Very nice looking. Couple of decent patch pieces as well. Nice card. And this one's numbered 35. So whenever you can get something from the Cup, it's always nice. And I got to get a holder for this, obviously. But for now, I'm just got it in the penny sleeve. All right, next one here. We're going to take this one away. And let's move this one here. Make a little bit of space because these ones require a little bit of room here. Next couple here are a couple of in-the-game or Be a Player memorabilia cards. So first, let me do this one. So this is 2001, 2002. Be a Player Ultimate Memorabilia. This is the second edition of it. This is the Modano Journey jersey. So these are numbered to 50. So I'm going to show that to you first. 2 nice swatches, and you can see you got a little stitching there. You got a little bit of a, I don't know if you can tell that it's got a little bit of a bump there as far as having the piece of fabric. Nice design for this, and this is, as I said, the second edition. So at this point, they were using the Beckett grading. So you got that old style there with the different pieces, the subgrades, I should say. And it was limited to 25,000 copies in the print run, and these are out of 50. But 2 nice swatches there for that piece. Graded a 9, BGS 9. There you go. Slide that a little bit to the corner. Next one here, so this is from the first edition of Be a Player. So this is before they had the Beckett grading on it. And again, it was 25,000 for the entire print run. And this is the In the Numbers patch. So you got the original label there. That's how it distinguishes between it. And you got the Be a Player logo there. Basically a 3-color. It's, you know, the third one is just a sliver, but it is a 3-color patch piece. In the Numbers out of 10. Always like those first years. So they're nice. Slowly adding some of those to the collection. I definitely was picking up a number of them towards the end of the year. Now with all that said, so let me move this out of the way first. So I'm going to start making a little bit of room here. Take a quick shot of this, just with this and this, just so you guys can see it. And then we're going to slowly move these aside to leave us to the main event. So we got one more here. Okay. So I wanted to leave this one to the end here. So this video is not going to be super long because even though we have a couple of different nice pieces, there was a little bit to talk about. But you can't complain when you've got a dual patch from the Cup, a 1 of 1, an out of 10, a short printed autograph jersey. Like there's a lot of good stuff here in this one. This one's short printed. This is some nice numbered cards here. So we've done very well so far. And of course, 2 Be a Player memorabilia cards, including a patch piece out of 10. So we can't complain, and some nice swatches there as well. So pretty good stuff. But this mail day really comes down to one major piece that I wanted to kind of show here. And I'll give a quick story, a quick background on it. So this one here is one that came about directly as a result, funny enough, of Instagram. And Tim, known as Chili Cards on Instagram, and is also on Hobby Insider and a couple of different places. I hadn't corresponded with him too much, but I knew I had been following him on Instagram, and he'd been following me on Instagram, and there was a card that came up. And he reached out to me through Instagram and let me know that this card was up for auction. Now, the thing is, I had seen the card up for auction before, back in the summer. And in the summertime, this card had actually sold. It sold for about $1,200 US. So generally, I don't talk too much about prices, but this one is pertinent to the story. So it had sold around that time, and I had been an underbidder on a couple different Cup cards. That one I wasn't really a player on because it went for so much. I was an underbidder on another one that I just missed out on, and then I tried for a different one that I was just missed out on. So I've been trying to add one of those cards. And what I found was interesting is that in that case, this one came up, and I was able to make a play on it. And in the end, I won it for $400 US. So thanks kind of to Tim for the assist. It didn't come up in any of my searches because it was only on eBay.com. And I had to use Ship My Cards, which I've reviewed on the channel before, to kind of facilitate, to help by giving me a US address to be able to ship to because they only ship to the US. So as a result, it put a little bit of time delay on being able to ship it. And the Ship My Cards order also included, this card as well and a few of the other ones from this particular mail day. But this one was the prize. This is the main piece that I wanted to add to the collection. And that is the very first Shield card that I have in my collection. So this is the 2019-2020 Leaf Ultimate One-Timer Auto Shield piece. So that is the Auto Shield. You know, as they say, only one of one. Got that there in the corner as well. Not too much you can explain about a shield piece if you're familiar with the way that the hockey pieces go. There's only one of these, and when they've got a full shield like that, that's kind of what you want. Since it is a Leaf product, it is unlicensed, of course. But it is a nice design. And it came nicely, came quickly. Autograph's fairly clean. But this one here is a kind of a centerpiece. And also, really, this was the last category. Funny enough, like I mentioned earlier, that the regular base plate was also kind of a first time that I had exactly one of these in the collection. There wasn't already an autograph piece or wasn't an engraved holder or anything like that. Just a regular plate loose by itself. But this is definitely the first Shield card in the collection and the first of this kind. And the end result is 2 one-of-ones in this mail day, along with a variety of other very nice cards. But this right here is the star of the show for this time around. So 1-of-1 autograph Shield card. Definitely a prize, no question. And one that I'm more than happy to add to the collection here. So I'm just going to come a little closer there. There we go. So that is it. That is it for this mail day. As I mentioned earlier, as I always usually say, actually, first, I'll say any comments or questions are welcome as always. Thanks very much for any of you who have been watching, obviously from last year and into this year. We're going to continue. We're going to keep chugging along here with the collection. And the other aspect of it that I mentioned as well is that we'll be doing the streams on a fairly regular basis. I won't promise every single week, but for the most part, at least for the beginning of the year, we'll try to do that. And we've got some more stuff coming up, even though they won't necessarily be all mail days, but we'll definitely try to put some new and hopefully interesting content on the channel. And if there's something that you want to see that maybe I haven't covered, or maybe something that you'd like to see me cover, you can propose it in a live stream. You can propose it in the comment section of any one of my videos, and I'll do my best to check it out and see if I can accommodate. Last thing we'll do here is kind of the update of the totals here. Now that we've got these in hand, I'll give you a couple of quick updates because we covered a couple of the categories I wanted to touch on. So we're at 1,714 different Mike Modano cards with 155 autographs, so 3 this week, and then 296 memorabilia cards. So we added another 7 this week, including the autograph Shield card that you've got in front of you right now. So we're making some progress, slowly working our way to 1,800 and above. By the time the Comsi mail day comes in, which should be in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, I did get acknowledgement that it's supposedly starting to ship, but all that really means is pre-shipment. They've got a tracking number. So I'll kind of keep an eye on that. And when and if that comes in, I'll update the totals accordingly. And we'll probably get a couple of videos out of that, so it should be fun. Anyway, that's enough for me today. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in upcoming videos and maybe in the stream this Sunday. Thanks very much.